What is a level 3 Wim Hof Method instructor? Okay, so if you're on this channel, you probably know that I've been doing the Wim Hof Method for 10 years. I've written 2 books on the method. We've got What Doesn't Kill Us and The Wedge. And I'm an enormous proponent of the benefits of ice water and breathing. If you've also been on this channel, you might also know that I have some pretty strong criticisms of how the method has been taught over the years, in particular, some major problems with drowning and the Wim Hof method. So if you want to know more about that, there's some other videos to discuss. But the reason why we're here right now is I wanted to look at the way that Wim Hof Method instructors go up through the ranks, what their careers look like, and a little bit more about that overall process. And the impetus for this is at least partially that after I put my video out about the drownings, I was getting a lot of comments that were, well, they really didn't like me. They didn't like me talking about drownings and deaths with the Wim Hof method, and a surprising number of them were level 3 Wim Hof method instructors, which is like the crown jewel of the Wim Hof organization, barring like someone who's always hanging out with Wim on like a day-to-day basis. So what is a level 3 Wim Hof method instructor anyway? Okay, so to talk about it, I mean, they have some stuff on their website that describes it a little bit, but even more interesting is something called the Inner Fire Wim Hof Method Instructor Manifesto. Now, I have taught at one or two level 2 Wim Hof instructor events, and I know a lot of instructors who have sent me like everything that the Wim Hof method puts out. And so I have this memo that has been given to me called the manifesto, and we're going to go to that right now. And I'm going to go down into the corner. See, there's me down there. Boom, boom. Hi. Okay, so this is the manifesto, and every Wim Hof Method instructor eventually has to sign this. It's like their secret contract that describes to you exactly what your responsibilities are, where the money comes from and goes to, and what the Instructor-hood is all about. And this is going to look a little wonky for a second because we have to go to this page. Okay, so how do we minimize that? Hide sidebar. Okay. So, what is it to be? Sorry, this is not looking quite right. There we are. This is the licensed Wim Hof Method instructor form. Can you see the whole thing? Sorry, this is sort of, I'm doing this live. Okay, well, as you can see here, this is the PDF. To become a certified instructor, you must successfully complete both our online fundamentals course, a 10-part instructor course, and then you're allowed to teach families and friends free of charge. So according to the people who sign this document, the only way you can teach the Wim Hof method is if you've gone through this, and then it's got to be free to your buddies. Then you have to go through like a master module, and this sort of adds up in price till you get to the next level. At level 1, you are an instructor and have successfully completed. Maybe I can move this around a little better. Okay, well, I don't know how to make the screen look any better. At level 1, you're a Wim Hof instructor who has successfully completed both the online fundamentals course, some other courses, some master modules. You've done a lot of online training, and after you've gone through this, you can sign up to be your level 2 instructor. And the level 2 instructor, you had to be able to be a level 1 instructor for a year. You've been running some events. You've learned about the physiology. You've read some books. And you become a level 2 instructor. You have to have like a certain number of ratings. There's a protocol to becoming a level 1 and level 2 instructor. Now, for the record, basically all of the instructors that I have met really know what they're doing. Like I haven't I mean, there's a couple exceptions here, but in general, the Wim Hof Method people who go through these trainings are awesome people. I've generally liked hanging out with them. We have a similar vibe. They really get into to the teaching, and they invest in it. They care about who they're teaching and what they're teaching. And you know, it's also sort of the way to be able to use this brand. Like if you want to have this. What do you call it? These little hexagons on your flyers, and to be able to use this trademark, you have to go through the training. And as part of the deal, you also have to give 10% of your income that you make doing Wim Hof lectures. You have to send it back to the Wim Hof Method. And really, no matter where you are in the world, that's just sort of the way that it goes. You now tithe back to the Hoffice, and that's sort of like the major business model for how the Wim Hof Method makes its money. Also, like video courses for, you know, personal practice. Now, the level 3 instructors, really what I want to talk. These are the people who are most critical of me. And it looks like they've cut off a couple of words here. Maybe I can shrink this a little bit. Let's see if I can shrink it. Oh yeah, there, I shrank it. Level 3 instructors, and I'm going to read this specifically. Instructors who showed great success in their teaching, renewed their license for a second time, and they are an ambassador of the brand. They can be personally selected by Inner Fire to become level 3. This is a dynamic level and could always be revoked if one of the above terms is not met. A level 3 instructor directly assist Wim Hof as part of events organized by Inner Fire at least once per year, and are expected to offer their WHM activities also on the platform. This is really critical to understand, like, how the Wim Hof Method works in general. The level 3 instructor is unlike the previous levels, which have sort of an established protocol to get there. The level 3 instructor is someone who's been handpicked by the organization. And we're really talking about Isabel Hof and Einam Hof. And it is a dynamic level, which means it can be revoked. And that's in the description here. It's like, we can take away your level 3 instructor-hood at any point. And if you talk to Wim Hof Method instructors, they all look up to the level 3s. It's like you advance through the levels, and you think the level 3 is obviously the best because they're the closest to Wim Hof. They directly assist him. And, you know, until this year, after I put out another video about, you know, how the business practices are put together, until this year, Inner Fire instructors who were at level 3 had to teach at their winter travel event, and they had to not get paid for it. It was like, you know, 1 to 3 weeks of their time working with Wim, you know, at this winter travel event where people are paying, like, I think it was like $3,000 or $4,000 for a week with Wim, and all of the instructors didn't get paid. After my video came out, some of them actually did get paid. That is another story. It's sort of like the creme de la creme. A lot of people who are Wim Hof Method instructors really view that as like a really important like part of their identity. They walk around, they're like, hey, I'm level 3 Wim Hof Method instructor. There's nowhere else to go. But at the same time, you have to realize you feel like you're in the inner circle because Einam, who is the president of the CEO of Inner Fire, because Einam has, like, deemed it that you are great, that he's given you their seal of approval. This also means that there's sort of like a purity test. If you are a level 3 instructor, you can never talk out critically about the brand. You can never talk critically about you can't get too famous, because once you get too famous and too well known, they demote you because they don't want to have challenges to Wim Hof. It's the inner circle, and you are under a microscope at all times. Unlike the level 1 and 2, which are based on, you know, more objective criteria. There's some tests. There's some, like, certain certified trainings. Level 3 is sort of like your lead. Level 3 is more intense. It's more curated. And it sort of explains why level 3 instructors are the ones who are so angry at me on my videos. Because level 3 instructors have a vested... Ooh, my cats are hissing. Stop hissing. Level 3 instructors have a vested interest in protecting the brand. In fact, if they don't protect the brand, they can be removed from their position. Regardless of how good they are as a teacher, they can get removed because they're not playing the party line. There's more to say about what else is in this manifesto. They talk about, also what it costs to run a workshop, how much money that you're tithing back, and it's a really fascinating document for someone that wants to know how this all works. And it's posted online for free frequently, and sometimes they take it offline. It's the whole thing about it. I'll try to put a link down there in the description after this up. I will also note that, and this is interesting, I'll go back to the manifesto for a second. Dink, dink. You also see that when you're a Wim Hof Method person, you cannot use pictures, okay? This is super weird. Like when you are doing these things and you've made Wim Hof a big part of your identity, they will police you from not directly from showing a picture of you with them, showing anything about your relationship. They want to control the image in a way that lets them to protect their brand, but also to some degree undermine the instructors. I find this super weird, but it does make some sense because after I posted a video of all of these Wim Hof Method alkalites doing a baptism ritual in Poland, the Wim Hof Method has really cracked down on anything that portrays what Wim Hof actually teaches at these workshops, because sometimes it doesn't always look good for the brand. Okay, well, that's my very short video about what it means to be a level 1, 2, and 3 Wim Hof Method instructor. I hope this was useful for some people. If so, like, review, comment, do all that stuff down there. And yeah, it's been really fun being here. And check out, if you don't know what I'm talking about with all these like drownings and the deaths associated with it, then check out my video, The Rise and Fall of the Wim Hof Empire, and you're going to get a whole lesson about some things that are going on behind the scenes.